The best thing on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm a champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine, the moment is. Run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee scream rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So therapeutic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these tickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee scream rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, just no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in to the one and only Big Hank Sports Review. Yeah. Basketball, football, breaking it down for you. Yeah. Now vibe with me. Like, comment, subscribe, oh yeah. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking the truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking the truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Step on the court, feel the sneaker squeak. Hank call a play like a coach unique. Fast break vision, highlight reel. He breaking down the stats with that southern feel. On the field, end zone, crowd gon' roar. Touchdown energy, we want more. So if you want the game from a real point of view, better show love, like, comment, subscribe to. Like, comment, subscribe, say what. Big Hank, keep the game alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports Review. NBA nights, NFL days. Hank break it down in so many ways. From the block to the pocket, the hustle, the grind. Every story hit different when Hank defines. Laughs in the flow, but the game stay tight. He shine the spotlight where it feel just right. Sports and the culture, it's more than a vibe. It's the truth and the groove. Come on, subscribe. Now don't wait, don't hesitate. Click that button, elevate. Join the tribe, be part of the crew. Sports review with Hank coming straight to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, keep the channel alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Hank Sports Review. Review.
Good Monday, good Monday, good Monday. We back in the basement again, once again, to talk about a lot we got going on. Plenty of football action. Now, I know y'all probably saying, man, you don't talk about that much NBA. I will. When we start playing that grown man sport, and it's all said and done, if football season's complete in the record books, we're going to jump on basketball. Matter of fact, we might even talk about the Christmas matchups because there's some great matchups for the Christmas holiday. So shout out to the NBA for the great matchups, but there are also some NFL games. Guys, we all know NFL is king, brother. Ain't nothing you can do. You got to accept it. Chase, what's going on, brother? Hopefully all is well. Make sure you hit the like button. I need everyone else who's here to hit the like button. Yes, I talk about both. College football, NFL football, college basketball, NBA basketball. We're going to talk about all of it. It's going to all come. But we got to talk about this grown man sport. And with that being said, hit that like button so I can get into the grown man sports. Push the goddamn button. Hit that like button. I don't care what channel you watch me on. Either the Basement Sports Recap, either the NFL Roundtable, or the GistNFL. Either one. You can hit the like button on all three of them if you like. And if you ain't subscribed to all three of them, shame on you. Shame on you. With that being said, I'm just glad to be here with you guys. Break bread, have a good night, enjoy ourselves, watch the last football game of the night. We got to. That 49er game has a lot of playoff ramifications. The Indianapolis Colts has a lot of playoff ramifications. If the Colts want to make it to the playoff, even fight for that division. Because I don't think Jacksonville claimed it just yet. Now, if the Colts won't get in, I think they're going to need some help. It really is going to be between the Texans and the Jaguars in order for that that AFC South. That's going to be between them two teams. What's going on, my guy? Hopefully all is well. Do me a solid, brother. Hit that like button. You goddamn right. I appreciate you. But it's going to be between those two teams. It's going to be between those two teams. And those two teams, let's see the schedule for next week for those two teams. Let's see what it is. The Texans play the Chargers. And the Jaguars play the Colts. Right? So they're going to need some help. Look like Houston's going to need some help. Houston's going to have the Jaguars lose. Can the Colts beat them? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the Titans going to beat them. I know the Titans got a couple wins here and there, but I don't think they're going to beat them. So Houston going to need a miracle. They need either the Colts to do it or the Titans to do it. I don't know. Can old man Rivers come through for the Houston Texans? I don't know. I know they probably thought they was going to lose to the Broncos the other day, but they manhandled the Broncos. I was surprised by that game. But we're going to get into that too. We're going to get into it too. But you had some breaking news come through. For those who didn't get to watch the Steelers games last night, it was a crazy game, crazy ending. Fortunately for Pittsburgh, they pulled it out. But in that game, you had DK Metcalf get into it with a fan. And unfortunately for DK Metcalf, and I guess unfortunately for the Steelers, he's going to be suspended these last two games of the season. Now, is it going to be a big loss? I don't know, because DK's been hit and miss. I ain't going to front you. He's been hit and miss on this play. I'm just saying. Let me acknowledge his super chat that my man, Brother Bennett, sent through. Mr. Bennett comes through with the 199 super chat. He says, congrats, Hink. Hink's favorite player, Caleb Williams. Mr. Bennett, I'm glad Caleb Williams is your favorite player. I don't feel the same. But I do understand what you mean. I do understand what you mean. You know, he's playing decent right now. He's holding court right now. He's doing what he needs to do, while the defense is and the run game is carrying him along. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, that's on you. I talked about it with some guys last night, man, at Chicago Bears channel, and we had this conversation. Caleb's got to learn how to make better decisions at times. Now, I'm trying to give him a little bit of grace because he's in his second year with a new head coach. But let me finish acknowledging. Shout out to Brother Bennett for the 199 super chat. He didn't have to, he chose to. And I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. But I talked about this last night, and one of my hangups with Caleb is his decision making. And unfortunately, it happened again in that game. Of course, we know we needed the first down to keep the ball rolling. Caleb takes off running, and like normal Caleb, he slides a yard or two short. In that play, he had plenty of space where he could have ran another yard and a half, maybe 2 yards. Easily could have got that first down, no problem. But he chose to slide a yard short. Now, I know they want him to slide. I understand all that. But you can also dive, Caleb. You can also dive forward, so guess where they're going to count the ball at? Where you land when you dive. Sometimes you got to make certain sacrifices. You got to sacrifice your body. Caleb, that was a playoff type game and a playoff type atmosphere, and I need playoff Caleb to show up. I don't want to depend on waiting to the fourth quarter to decide do you want to score a touchdown or two. We can't do that. We was fortunate enough to win that game last night because certain mistakes and our defense allowed us to capitalize on those certain mistakes. Our special teams allowed us to capitalize on those certain mistakes. The onside kick, the guy muffed the ball, we grabbed it. That's not happened. The percentage is like 8%. I think it was only twice this season that it happened, that an onside kick was successful. One is us against Green Bay, and one was us going against Green Bay, where we lost it the first game we played, but we got it on the second game. Shout out to our kicker for making all the field goals, even in the bad, strong winds and blowing winds. I mean, watching the wind, and the goalpost was just moving back and forth. He said, "What are you doing here on your live? Brother, we talk sports right here, at least on Monday nights. That's what we do. But I'm glad to you be here. You're first timer. Welcome, my guy. Again, make sure you hit the like button. Brother Bennett, make sure you hit that like button. You goddamn right. Hit that goddamn like button. I appreciate every last one of you being here. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate that. But there's some other things that went on in the game where, you know, it's just about the decision making. Like, we need 1 yard. He wants to go to the end zone for the touchdown. Let's just get that first down. And now we got 3 more plays to either get the first down or you goddamn right. Sometimes that's what Caleb does. He just fucks up. Shout out to my Minister Society drop. But when I see that, it upsets me. And I was like, well, he's only in the second year. He's under the rookie head coach. Okay, I understand it, but this man's been playing football for a long time. Longer than just his time at the Bears. He's been playing it in high school. He played it in college. And I'm sure he probably played a little bit of Little League. If he didn't, well, you know, I don't know this. But nonetheless, some of these things are given. Right? And you got to be able to make the certain plays. And like I said, his decision making is questionable. his accuracy was off in that game. So they is 5'9", 5'10" to the most. He threw the ball up like he was throwing it to Rome or something, a 6'4" receiver. You're not, dog. So you got to adjust. That man Rome ain't been playing in over 2 weeks. They're playing all in that game. So you knew you had to make adjustments. We had our smaller receivers out there. Our biggest receiver out there was DJ Moore, and he's 5'11". Now, he had a couple 6'4" targets with Komet and Lovely. Lovely more like 6'6", but that's a different story. But that ain't who you was throwing it to. You was throwing to the smallest receiver we got. And you got to make the adjustments. So his decision making is my only hang up with him. It really is. I do appreciate his energy. I do appreciate his confidence. But his decision making is what's killing me. Every Sunday, every time we play, and I ain't going to say just on Sunday because we play on Saturday, I'm damn near stroking out watching this guy play. Putting us in situations, not putting us in situations. He's trying to kill me. Yeah, I think he's out for me. I really do. He's trying to send me to my early grave. Caleb, I know you are. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. But I know it's not true. Yeah, I know it's not true. But then in my mind, I'm thinking that because, Caleb, what the hell is you doing? You got to do better than this. You're killing me. But look, I'm not going to get too far on Caleb. I did that because Brother Bennett came with the super. He came with the moolah, the bread, the fatty, the cash, the mail. So I had to acknowledge the money. But guys, let me say this. I really want to talk about the college football playoffs because right now they in their playoffs, right? Yeah, you got some of these bowl games nobody gives a crap about. Nobody cares. But we have college football playoff games that was played between Friday and Saturday, right? And those games was pretty intense. Now, you had a couple games that was, I don't understand why they was on schedule, but, the James Madison and Oregon's, where it's 51-34. Oh, bless me. You had games like that. You had the Tulane and an Ole Miss. Two teams shouldn't have had the opportunity to sniff the playoffs. But with set up the way it's set up, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you had games like the Alabama and the Oklahoma game. Two SEC teams going head to head. Great game, exciting game, back and forth game. So you had that game. And then you had games like the Miami and the Texas A&M. Now, for some of you people, probably didn't like it. Me as a defensive guy who loves good defense, I was okay with it. Y'all realize they set a record, the lowest scoring college football playoff game ever so far. 10-3 was the final score. So you had games like that was like, oh, God. I can't wait till this game is over so I can watch a game that's more exciting with more scoring, going back and forth. Then you had the Tulane and Ole Miss, which is 41-10. That wasn't no good game. That was a hard watch. Now, look, James Madison tried to make it competitive with Oregon. It just wasn't there. If you had it on, you watching it just to say you watched the playoff game. it really wasn't nothing worth watching. But those games is what we had to watch and take in, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't know how Ole Miss was going to respond, being that they lost their coach. He's moved on to LSU. Oregon, who played, and we have their offensive coordinator now. He's going to be the new football coach at Kentucky. Will Stein is. So he has another week to get to run the offense for the University of Oregon. But the matchups that we have coming this weekend should be more exciting. So this weekend we have number 1 seed Indiana going against number 9 seed Alabama. We have number 4 seed Texas Tech going against number 5 seed Oregon. We have number 6 seed Ole Miss going against number 3 seed Georgia. And then we have number 2 seed Ohio State going against number 10 seed Miami. Now, I'm interested to see the Miami and Ohio State game. And one of the reasons why is because if y'all don't remember, back in 2002 with Maurice Correct, Miami played Ohio State in the championship game, right? And in that game, there was a controversial call of a pass interference. That flag was thrown late in that game. I thought they cheated Miami. And if y'all don't know the history of Miami has a history of being the bad boys of college football. Now, I don't know if they still have that mantra, but there was one time they did. Didn't like that game, didn't like the results of the game. Matter of fact, I even go any further. Willis McGahee, he ended up getting injured in that game. And I remember him talking about coming out for the NFL draft. And I remember the Chicago Bears was looking to draft Willis McGahee. But of course, kind of got scared off after he tore his ACL in that game. Now, he still ended up getting drafted. I think he still ended up drafted in the first round to the Buffalo Bills. But that game really stands out because of that controversial call. And I remember the Bears was looking to draft Willis McGahee. So I said, let me start watching this. Let me make sure I pay attention to this. This should be a good matchup for sure. But to me, this is going to be an interesting, very interesting game, especially with the history of the two teams, both championship quality teams at their respective schools. My man says Miami. I know that's right. Salt Shark. I got you. So I definitely will be paying attention to that game. My brother is in the hospital because he has been. What the hell? And I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Hopefully he recovers from this. Should be a great matchup. So, for those who don't know, Indiana will be playing in the Rose Bowl in California. That's where the Rose Bowl is. Against Alabama. Ohio State will be playing in the Cotton Bowl. That's in Texas. And Miami will that's games in Texas at the Cotton Bowl. We have the Sugar Bowl, which will be the Georgia and Ole Miss. And then we have the Orange Bowl, which will be in Miami. I'm sorry. Sugar Bowl, I want to say the Sugar Bowl's in Texas. I could be wrong. Or it could be in Georgia. Let me look this up. Where is the Sugar Bowl played at? Oh, no. I was totally off. The Sugar Bowl's in New Orleans. The Sugar Bowl is in New Orleans. So that should be an interesting game. 2 SEC teams playing in the South. Yeah, should be a good game. Hey, this is going to be a hell of a lineup. Like I said, it's going to be a hell of a game. Looking forward to that matchup between those teams because now I feel like we got the BS out the way. What you get, you deal with the we consider the Tulanes, the James Madisons, and the other bullcrap that they forced us to watch. You know, saying we got rid of that. I don't know about Texas. I didn't really think they was frauds like that, but Miami did make them look kind of bad. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Miami should have been in there. I didn't like Notre Dame being there either, truth be told. But I understand why they took Notre Dame over Miami. So, but now we got the garbage teams, the 12 and 11 seed out. So now we can get to the real football teams and the real matchups. So definitely looking forward to those matchups, and I can't wait to see the results of those games. Should be a hell of a game. Now, like I said, we do have other bowl games played, so I'm going to definitely touch on them. So tomorrow, Louisville plays Toledo at 2 p.m. Western Kentucky plays Southern Miss at 5:30. You have UNLV playing against Ohio tomorrow at 9. Wednesday, we have California plays Hawaii. Central Michigan plays Northwestern. New Mexico plays Minnesota. FIU plays UTEP. Pittsburgh plays East Carolina. Penn State plays Clemson. UConn plays Army. Georgia Tech plays BYU. Miami plays Fresno State. Virginia plays Missouri. LSU plays Houston. Tennessee plays Illinois. Coastal Carolina plays Louisiana Tech. USC plays TCU. Iowa plays Vanderbilt. Arizona plays Duke. Michigan plays Texas. And then we have Nebraska playing against Utah. So, some great matchups we got coming up. Of course, we all know the playoff teams. You're going to have Rice playing Texas State. Navy plays Cincinnati. Wake Forest plays Mississippi State. And Arizona plays SMU. So let's run down the remaining games that we have left as far as the college playoff. I'm looking at the matchups. I'm not excited about a lot of the games. Look, let me say this. BYU was a leader for a long time, so I'm looking forward to seeing that game. Georgia Tech versus BYU. That should be a decent a game outside of the big bowl game. The Iowa and the Vanderbilt game should be a big bowl game, as well as the Michigan playing against Texas. Now, those outside of the the college playoff games should be some decent games to maybe to partake in if that's what you want. Who knows? Who knows? Well, the thing about it is when you don't put subscribers on here, boy, you get some crazy trolls. Got some crazy stuff to say. What's wrong with these people, man? Why do they do that? That's why I be putting those subscribers, because they be coming with some craziness. Make sure y'all hit the like button. You crazy trolls, hit the like button. You got that right. Hit that like button. Appreciate it. I promise you I do. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But as far as the college football playoff going, Michigan's still looking for a head coach. Now, rumor has it they're interested in U of L's current coach, a former U of L player, Jeff Brown. He does have some ties in the Big Ten because he used to coach at Purdue. So he's already familiar with the setup of the Big Ten, how the atmosphere, the expectations in the Big Ten, all that he's very familiar with. Got the opportunity to play in the Big Ten championship game. Unfortunately, they lost. So he's already familiar with the recruiting field, the landscape of recruiting in the Big Ten. It definitely will be interesting. Now, is he willing to leave his alma mater for a big-time coach like Michigan? I don't know. Look, I know they was complaining about the NIL money, U of L, and not wanting to invest enough. We all know it's a basketball school over a football school, so that may be a reason. Some of the things he already knew because he played there. Like I said, he coached as an assistant there. So he already knew some of the things already. But is he willing to step out of the shadows of his former school and take on an opportunity that may only come once every 5 to 10 years? Is Michigan gung-ho about getting a Michigan man? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see what they do. Let me say this. I don't think it'd be a bad idea. I don't think it'd be a bad idea to go out to Brown as a coach. Yeah, he's already shown that he could play and compete in the Big Ten. He's shown that already. You've seen his resume while he was at Purdue. He's already shown that he can do that. So imagine getting him at a major school, a football school, something like Michigan, and what he could do with that NIL money, with the ability to bring in certain recruits and certain players. Could you imagine that? It'd be something special, I'm sure. So the key is, what's U of L going to do? Is U of L going to match the salary? Are they going to open up their wallet and spend that money? We'll have to see. I know I got some U of L buddies who are probably not going to like that. They're going to feel like, here we go again. Bobby Petrino 2.0. Guys, at the end of the day, it's all about that money. Either you're going to spend it or he's trying to make it. He ain't trying to just get by with just enough. He's trying to do some things. And in U of L, if you're not ready to open that wallet up to help him accomplish them goals, then what you expecting him? He's going to roll on. He's going to go to the highest bidder. You know what it is. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, man, it's about that bread. And if I feel like I can get it from the University of Michigan over to U of L, shit, I'm there. Loyalty's only loyal to as far as his bottom dollar. Like the $1 Million Man said, everybody, it's a price. Shout out to WWE/WWF back in the days. I don't remember. I used to play that arcade game at the bowling alley. WWF. They had the Big Boss Man on there. Who else? They had the Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan. You know, some of the famous wrestlers. You know, I remember that $1 Million Man, and Virgil was on there. I think even Virgil was on there. Show my age now. Now, of course, I don't watch no wrestling like that like I used to, because once I found out it was fake, it kind of destroyed my soul. Don't worry, guys. It's talk about sports. Don't like I'm getting totally off. I remember I'm down here in Kentucky, and we went down to what we call the Louisville Gardens, and they had Louisville Gardens at the wrestling Tuesday night at the Louisville Gardens. That's what they used to do. And so Louisville Gardens used to be like a farm team, right? You know, it's like future major up-and-coming wrestlers would fight in this wrestling organization down here in the I don't even know what it's called. WCW. I don't know what it's called. But Louisville, Tennessee, Kentucky, well, because just say Kentucky, because they had a couple of places, not just in Louisville, but a couple places in Kentucky, Tennessee. They was like a farm league for a lot of these wrestlers to come through. So you will see them on, you end up seeing them on WCW, WWF, TNT, wrestling. That's what I don't even know if that's what they call now, but they used to be like a farm team, used to work their way up until they get to the big times. So that's what they used to do here. And I remember I was down there on Tuesday night at the Gardens, that's what he said. Tuesday night at the Gardens. And these wrestlers was wrestling. So the one tag team wrestler was called the Fabulous Ones. And the other set of wrestlers was called the Moon Dogs. Now, I don't know if y'all remember the Moon Dogs. Maybe y'all in the South probably got to see the Moon Dogs. I don't ever remember them making it to the major leagues. And when I say major leagues, the big time wrestlers. I don't know. Maybe I was disinterested by then. But what I've seen was behind the curtain. Well, you know, once you go behind the curtain, man, it just ruins a kid, right? You know, it's like telling somebody Santa Claus is not real. And so when I was watching this, they was going at it. They drag out, just busting each other up. You know, blood was drawn. I'm thinking, man, they hate each other. They can't stand each other, man. So the match was over, right? The match was over, and one set goes back with the victory, and the other set goes back with the loss. Man, I was trying to get up high enough behind the curtain because I could see over on the side. And man, when I seen these two groups of wrestlers shaking hands like they BFFs, I said, what the hell? That just ruined. And, you know, of course, I still went to wrestling, supported and watched it and stuff like that. But I already knew it was fake. It was to the point I just got tired of the soap opera and all that bull crap. I just stopped watching it. I for sure didn't want to go no more. I just stopped watching. Now, everyone I caught myself still watching. I remember we won some tickets to WWE and got an opportunity to go in the midst of us winning. I ended up winning a chair. We ended up winning a wrestling chair. So I gave my son. He didn't really give a damn about wrestling. That dude uses wrestling as football players. He used to line the wrestlers up like football players. That's what he did. But I think I ended up giving the chair to the guy that sold me my truck. Just gave it to us. I said, man, you get it, man. I don't want it. We're not in this. My son wouldn't care if it's gone anyway. So we gave him the chair. It was a wrestling chair. It was a nice chair, man. Real nice chair. And gave it to him. But that's it for my wrestling story. I don't want to keep talking about this. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Who I'm talking to? Jesus Christ. Are you a Trump supporter? Man, look here, man. This is... Yeah, I'm going to have to start going back to subscribe only. I see. These people will just be saying some wild stuff. Just crazy. Where the hell did this come from? Doesn't make sense. But let's get to the NFL guy. All right. Y'all got me off subject. I'm talking about wrestling and WWE and WWF and Tuesday night at the Garden with the Moondogs and the Fabulous Ones. I'm just really showing my age now. But as far as the NFL, man, we had some great football games this week. One of the great football games was the games between the Bears and the Packers. Started on Saturday night. Now, of course, we had a game before then. You know, the game we had before then, we had the Philadelphia Eagles. Right? We had the Philadelphia Eagles going against the Washington Commanders so for them to clinch the division. But that Thursday, we had a great game. Back and forth with the Seattle game going against the Rams. Now, guys, I ain't going to lie. I was tired. It was a long day, and I had a lot going on. I knew I had to get up early in the morning to go to my son's basketball game. I ended up cutting that game short and going to bed early. You know, I thought the Rams were going to pull it out, and unfortunately, they didn't. Seattle won. Now, it kind of helped me, but it really didn't because I still had to, as soon as Seattle beat them, the Rams ended up falling out of the first overall seed and replaced it with Seattle. So, with that being said, I need my Bears to continue to win out, and I need for Seattle to lose a game in order to take over that number one seed. Now, will it happen? I don't know. We'll have to see. So let's go with the score. Seattle beat the Rams 38-37. We had Philadelphia Eagles clinching the NFC East with a 29-18 win over the Commanders. The greatest team in NFL history ended up winning against the Packers, and that's 22-16. This is how the Green Bay Packers came out for the game. I said, damn, this is how Green Bay runs.
And here come the Packers out of the tunnel. Green and gold never look quite like this. Heels, crop tops, and those custom team diapers. They say it's one.
That's what it looked like when Green Bay came out. Now, of course, we was out there busting heads. Defense played good. Appreciate that. But that's how Green Bay came out. Unfortunate for them, the results didn't go the way they thought it would. I'm just saying. But let's keep going through these scores. I don't know. Let me say this. I don't know what's going on with these New Orleans Saints, but they out there winning. Saints beat the Jets 29-6. Dolphins beat the Bengals beat the Dolphins 45-21. The Vikings somehow pull through and win 16-13. The Carolina Panthers. Shout out to my man Professor. I know he's happy, man. His team had the option of possibly not only winning the NFC South, but making the playoffs. So the Carolina Panthers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Chargers beat the Cowboys 34-17. You have the Buffalo Bills surviving the Cleveland Browns. You had the Tennessee Titans. That's another team still winning out there. What's going on, Titans? Y'all trying to play your way out of that first overall pick, huh? The Titans beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jaguars beat the Broncos 34-20. The Atlanta Falcons beat the Arizona Cardinals 26-19. The Texans have survived against the Las Vegas Raiders 23-21. Crazy ending to the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Detroit Lions. That was 29-24. You had a crazy game last night. I don't know what's going to be up with the health of Lamar Jackson. He may be done for the season. They might need to shut it down because they need some help in order to win the NFC, the AFC South. I mean the North. So the New England Patriots end up winning 28-24. And tonight we have the Indianapolis Colts with Old Man Rivers going against the San Francisco 49ers. Should definitely be an interesting game. Like I said, a lot of payoff implications between those two games and tonight's game. It just shows you how important this game is tonight. Right? So we have to see how they're going to fare. I'm just saying. Look, let me say this one last thing. As far as Lamar, this might be where Lamar started to tail off. Lamar's been hurt, missing games, dealing with injuries, and with the type of playing style that he has, it's not a surprise why he's missed games. He's been on the injury list. Unfortunately, I think he's going to end up suffering the same type of fate as like a RG3. He's going to have a 7-year span where he looks good out there, does a lot of things, 1-2 MVP, but never get over that hump of winning a Super Bowl. I think that's going to be Lamar's fate. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear that. They don't want to accept that. I got some Baltimore Raven fans in here that's probably feeling like, Hank, you talking crazy. How could you say that? Well, the results are showing it. It's not about my opinion. The results are showing it. Look, guys, the results are showing you that Lamar can't make it through a full season. He's proven it every year. I can't think him playing a full season at all. Not one time he played a full season. I think every year he missing a game or two. Now, you paying this man this big money, that's not what you're going to expect. This ain't no NBA, and we ain't no load managing around here. That ain't what we're doing. Best ability is availability. And if you're not available, man, it's hard to want to continue to give you this check and you ain't producing, right? You getting this money, but you're not giving us the wins. To the point they talk about letting the Harbaugh go. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that's a wise decision. I may give him one more year just to see how Lamar able to work it out. But that's the talk. They even talk about Thomas. Now, Thomas guaranteed he's not going to have a losing record right now. That's what Thomas is doing. He guaranteed with that win the other night, that crazy ending win, guaranteed that they're not going to have a losing record. That win last night put them at 9-6. That guaranteed not a losing record. But they ready to run this man up out the town. They got the pitchforks ready and every damn thing. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure y'all hit that like button. But that's where we are with them. Two teams who are prominently winning in that NFC North. The AFC North. Only going to have one team in the playoff, and that's going to be the division winner. I don't know. And that's the thing about it. I don't know what to expect from these these two teams and what they're doing. The Ravens have the Green Bay Packers this week. They're 7-8. They got to win these next two teams and guarantee that they won't have a losing record. Now, is Green Bay going to be desperate coming in and looking to send a statement? I don't know. Is Jordan Love going to be able to play? I know he's concussed, but is he going to get cleared? So it definitely should be interesting. The Ravens game is at Green Bay. So that should be telling. I don't know what's going to happen between those two teams. Both teams are rallying. And Baltimore's rallying a little bit more than Green Bay is, but they're still rallying. So it's definitely going to be interesting how that all pans out. To my brother Ronnie, who is a San Francisco 49ers fan. I ain't seen you all season, brother. Well, then hopefully I know I heard from you. I know you probably going live right now, but I just want to let it be known, brother. Y'all going to have your hands full next weekend. Y'all going to have your hands full next weekend. We ain't going to be playing. We ain't here to play. We trying to send a message. Right? We are trying to send a message, whether you like it or not. We going to send a message, and y'all boys better be ready because we coming to bust y'all's head to the goddamn white meat. So, looking forward to that matchup. I know we're coming down to San Francisco, and that's okay. I'm okay with going down there to California to bust your head. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. If we win that game, we clinch the division. Win that game Sunday night. We do play Sunday night. They flex it, so we playing the Sunday night game. Looking forward to come down there to California and bust your head in Levi's Stadium. Named after one of my favorite pair of jeans. Should be a good game. I can't wait to see it. But guys, do me a favor. Hit that goddamn like button. But guys, before I get out of here tonight, I want you guys to do me a favor. This weekend is Christmas week, right? Christmas is coming up, and we know how challenging it is for individuals during this holiday. I got a coworker who lost his mother this past weekend. I lost my mother. My wife's mother has moved on, as well as her father. You know, when you get to a certain age, man, you start losing loved ones. I used to think it was crazy seeing my family members looking at the obituary all the time. But when you get to a certain age, I understand that. So with that being said, I want to say this. Guys, appreciate your family. Spend as much time as you possibly can with your family. If your family is not close by, make sure you reach out and you call and talk to your family. Let your family know that you love them and you miss them and that you support them and that you appreciate them. Life's too short. Life is too short. We only get one shot at this thing. So like I normally end, and I ain't ended this way in a long time, especially on my channel. All right, man, protect yourself at all times. Whether you have to get on somebody's couch or somebody's Zoom meet, man, get your mental right. Guys, make sure you go out there and get a full physical. Make sure you get your A1C in order. Make sure you get your full blood work. Take care of yourself. Make sure you are doing what you need to do. Whether it's getting extra exercise, working out, eating right, living right, moving and operating right. And men of certain age, such as myself, make sure you get your colonoscopy and your prostate checked. Now, there's different forms of doing that. I know you can let your stool go in the package. USPS, I understand, or UPS, or federal, however, FedEx, however your means of delivery. I know you can do that too. But people who are at high risk, now, that's what I'm saying. People who are at high risk, like if you have family members who had a history of colon cancer and prostate issues, I would definitely recommend you go get a colonoscopy. And not just mail it in your stool or just doing the blood work. The most active results is to actually get a colonoscopy. So guys, with that being said, I appreciate every last one of you guys here, and hopefully this won't be the last night you get to watch me. Hopefully it's not be the last night that we get to go live together. Hopefully you trolls stay the hell away from here with this bullshit ass comments y'all leaving in my chat. I just pray and hope that you have a great holidays, a great Christmas, a happy Kwanzaa, or whatever means of celebration you do for the holidays. I hope it's great for you. Enjoy your family, enjoy your loved ones, and do me a favor before you leave. You hit that goddamn like button. You goddamn right. With that being said, I'll catch you beautiful people on the next one. Right on.